everyone, how have we got? So I'm hoping I have done this onto the Supple Fitness main page so you can all see this. So if not, just let me know. I'm just looking at the phone here to see if it is live. I think we're on the right page. So Movement Monday. So following on from last week, we are going to stay with the fascial focus, but rather than the feet, I want you to look at the hand line today. So if you've got a tennis ball, a golf ball, lacrosse ball, whatever it is that you're using, I don't know, you might have a kid's toy, it's fine, go and grab it, and we're going to make a start. So we're going to look at the hand. So obviously it goes like saying the hand line is connected into the arm line, into the shoulder. So when we look at the arm line, you've almost got those four quadrants. So you've got your deep back line, you've got your front line, deep line, you've got your superficial back line and your superficial front line. And then we've also got four sides, if you like, to the palm. So they tend to be the thumb, little finger, the palm and the back of the hand. Now, we're going to start off, let's just imagine you've got 5 points on the hand. So you've got point one being right, let me get rid of that ball a minute, right at the centre here. Second point is, if you like, the little paw pads, as I call it, across the hand line there at the top, yes? Okay. Your third line is here by the thumb, just on this tissue. Your fourth line is in the central part, along that horizontal part here, and the fifth line is just here. Okay, so you've got 5 lines there. Now, you can do this if you're at your desk, that's perfectly fine. And whether you are or aren't at your desk, you can do a check here. So sometimes, you know, when we're doing push-ups and things, we struggle to get the palm of the hand flat. If you were on your mat now, come into a 4-point kneeling position. Maybe you can see me, I'm trying this landscape today. So just notice how it feels to try and place the hands down flat, or if you're at your desk, just stand up a minute and place your hands flat onto the desk. Okay, just like you're getting up from that meeting. So from here, you're going to take the ball and we're going to start right at the centre. Now all you're going to do is a pressure point. So you're going to be wherever you are. You can start with your, I'm going to spin around, your right hand. So just at the centre, I'm going to get you to press. So you're going to press into the palm of the hand there. And we're going to hold it for 10 seconds. So just at the centre, you're pressing down. And we're going to release. So that's point one. Now we're going to go to point two. So obviously there's like 4 points across there. So start on the first point by the index finger, if you like. And we're going to hold that for 10 seconds. And then we move it. So you can do this sat at your desk, that's fine. Your arm might be slightly bent, that's okay. Across to the middle point. So you're going to hold it there. Now I really hope I am in view here. I can't actually see if I'm in the bottom line there. So can you just let me know if my hand is in line? So holding that position. Then we move it along to the second to last paw pad. And we're going to hold and press. I think, is that Penny? I'm trying to see from here, and the writing, I'm a little bit far away, I think it might be Penny. And release, and then you're going to go to the little finger line and hold that for 10 seconds. So we don't realise sometimes, you know, if you're sat typing, whatever it is, your hands, if you've been texting a lot, which you might have been on your phones more than usual, the hand line tightens up. When your hand line tightens up, that's when you tend to get more of a protracted state through the shoulders, or rounding through the shoulder line, which is ultimately, just release there, going to affect the chest line as well. So from here, you're going to go down now to your third point, which is here, okay, right at the soft tissue, and you're going to press. So you just press there. So let me just check you're on this part here. So you're holding that for 10 seconds. So remember, if you sat down, the arm will be bent, that's fine at your desk. If you're on the floor like I am, you can probably have the arm straight. And release. Now you're going to go to the next line, so it's just along the horizontal line into the middle there, and you're going to do a little press. So you can sit however feels comfortable for you and hold that for 10 seconds and release. Then you're going to go to the final point, the fifth point, just on the edge here and hold. So again, if you lift weights as well and those wrist flexor and extensor muscles get tight, that pulls those fascial lines. So you might find you get an aggravation into the elbow. So whether you have suffered maybe from golfer's elbow, tennis elbow in the past, and release, take a little shake out. So that's your five compression points here. Now we're going to do the same on the opposite hand before we change the pattern. So go back to the centre, but on your opposite hand. So right in the middle there, you're going to press down and you're going to hold that for 10 seconds. So little press, 10 seconds, and that pressure is just going to move from that high gradient to low to disperse that tightness. So again, sit however's most comfortable for you. And when you've done 10 seconds there, we're then going to move across to our second position, which obviously you've got 4 because there's those 4 little paw pads. So you're going to start by the index line and you're going to press down and we're going to hold. So have a little press and feel that release. And let go. Then go into the middle paw pad and press. So again, if you suffer with coldness, through the extremities or sometimes a numbness or tingling, this can help because you're increasing that circulation, depending obviously if it's a nerve related issue or not. And release, and then you're going to go to the second to last paw pad. So you're just pressing down again, so 10 seconds, second to last paw pad, and feel that release. And then you're going to go into the last paw pad and press. So you're just lengthening out through those fingertips, lengthening out through the hand line, which will in turn affect the arm line and those 4 quadrants, yes. Which we know the arm line is connected to the spinal line. So when you're doing things like your push-ups, in particular, anything that's weight bearing, even downward facing dog, you want to be able to fully open through the palm of the hand without getting stuck or feel like you've got a tension going into the forearms. And release. Okay, so from there you're going to take it into your third line. So that's mainly where this tissue is here. So you're going to press into that line. So you'll still be on the desk, on the floor, and you're going to hold that for 10 seconds. So pressing down and release. And then we're going to take it into the middle here, point 4. I think I've got dents from that ball. So everyone else got little spikes of that ball, imprints in the hand. So have a little press there. And again, just look after the shoulder line. So making sure you look after that posture as you do this. You can have a little bend in the arm might be straight. And release. And then you're going to take it to the outer edge. So your last point there, 5th point on the hand, and press. So remember, on those fascial lines, the outer board of your scapula, the outer board of your blade is connected into the little finger line. So connect and press and release. So if you've got tightness through the hand, ultimately you're going to be affecting the ability of your shoulder placement, yes, and that in turn will affect your rib cage placement, will affect what the pelvis is doing. Obviously it's going to affect the core, and we're talking more than back, abdominals, glutes, yes, when we talk about the core. So that's another topic anyway. Let's go back into the 4-point position. So just notice now, or if you're on the desk, your chair, just stand up a minute. Notice that you can bring your hands a little bit more connected now into that 4-point position. And you'll probably feel a difference through the shoulder line too. So from here, you're now going to go into the points along the bottom. So 3, 4, 5. And you're going to do a little semicircle. So imagine you're drawing a little smile through the hand line, okay? So from here, you're just going to let the ball roll right to left in a little, almost like a little upside down curve, okay? So we're going to roll right to left. Just roll it along. And you want a tolerable amount of pressure, so obviously I don't want you to bruise your hand, but it's significant enough so you're going to create effect through the fascia. And we know that research shows, I'm explaining this as we go, but it only takes 2 to 2.5 minutes to have an effect, a positive effect upon that fascia, which will in turn affect the mechanics and the structure of how we move, how we stabilise. Okay, 2 more there. And then release. Now before you change hands, I want you now to come back to the padded part here. So go back to point 3, just stay on point 3. Now what I'd like you to do this time, rather than your compression or your roll, you're going to do a circle instead. So we're going to do 8 circles clockwise and 8 circles anti-clockwise. So just start to circle around, and you might find the areas tight where you didn't expect it to be tight. So circle now. This line is connected fascially to the pectoral muscles. Yes, it's connected to the chest line, major, minor, but more so the major. So from here, when you're doing weights and things, you tend to have more pressure to that inside, then predominantly using the pectoral line, we don't get enough stability. Keep rolling, by the way, as I talk, through the outside line. So I know some of you do my classes, we feed bits of the fascia into those Pilates exercises. So keep that and change direction. So you've done 8 both ways. You probably have now as I've been talking. So just watch your arm line doesn't come out in front of you. Keep that connection. And release. Now all you're going to do to finish on this hand is like a little scribble. So just roll that ball in any direction, any way you want to. Obviously there's different sequences you can do. I'm just giving you a little snippet. And then I want you to check something out before you change sides. Okay. Now come back into your 4-point position, because obviously we've predominantly worked the one side, so you've probably done your right side. You might find now your right side feels more grounded and connected to the mat or to the desk. So you can basically feel like your hand is sinking in. That's because you release through those fascial lines, yes. So now we're going to change sides because you want it to be even. So this will be key to your placement. So I'd almost argue if you're going to do body weight sessions, you might want to do some release work before you go into your strength work, because the release will aid that strength. By lengthening, you'll get into strengthening. So from here, you're going to start on the smile, as it were. So we're going to go 3, 4, 5, and have a little circle. So sit however's best for you as you go. So remember the smile there, 3, 4, 5. So even if you can't see my hand rolling, I'm not sure you can actually, there's a bar that's on the bottom of the screen, but you know where you're going. And we can do 8 to 12 reps here. Now don't miss out any part, really get into those grooves, especially that middle part there on point 4. And release. Okay, from here you're going to take it now to point 3 and you're going to circle. So we're going to do 8 circles clockwise and 8 circles anti-clockwise. And just feel that you're kneading into those tissues. And you know, later on, if you find you've got a tight spot, there's no reason why you can't hold it and rock back and forth. So you place like a little friction into the tissue line to release those adhesions, yeah, like the knots that you might have. And go 8 the opposite way. And then from here, just release when you've done that 8. And then have a little scribble around that hand line. So just go any old way, forward and back, side to side, circle it. Go wherever you want to go on that. Okay. Now, returning to centre, just bring yourself back into that 4-point kneeling position. Now, you should find that the arm line is pretty much even now. So your shoulder will be aligned with your elbow to your wrist line from here, and if you're on the desk. Now, if you still got an area of tightness, and you can probably feel maybe a line that's pulling, you need to work into that area that correlates with the hand. Yeah, so your palm, as I said at the start, is connected to your arm line, the arm line to the shoulder, and obviously towards the spine. So just give the fingers a little flex and extend there. 4 more, 3, for 2, 1, and then just circle. So just do a little circle with the wrists. We'll go 8 one way, and we'll go 8 the opposite way. So I hope you've also done your foot line as well this morning as you got out of bed. Remember that fascia gets stuck down overnight. You want the fascia to be light. So imagine a cotton wool ball and you're pulling it apart. So it's like, well, it's obviously fascia's not fluffy, but you're being able to pull it and it's light and free. That's what you want your body to be like, yeah? So overnight, it gets more squished into a little ball, like the cotton wool ball is more compact because everything overnight can get compressed, and obviously we're not taking on board liquids as much as we are during the day, and fluids, so dehydration to a degree will affect that fascia. So make sure you're drinking plenty today. I'm hoping you have rolled your feet. If you can't remember, go back to the video I did. It's on this Supple Fitness page last Monday. And I hope that's helpful. You can leave me your feedback and I will see you again soon. The next bonus video is tomorrow, Tranquil Tuesday. Thank you. Have a great Monday. Bye. Hi, Tom. Hi, Adrian. Just goes through my video of this landscape. Hi, Dave, Paul. I hope you participated in this and didn't just watch. I'll see you all soon. Bye.